Hello and welcome to my fifth video on whether or not I think that nuclear fusion may be a good source of energy. I believe that it could be a good source of energy, and this is why. See, we have tokamak here. Tokamak is a device used to basically create the plasma that is involved in the chain reaction of events and causes the whole, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's basically just a chain reaction of things. And honestly, I don't understand too much of this, so I wouldn't really take my word for anything. I have read a few scientific journals on the matter, but generally speaking, I do not know that much. But there has been a recent breakthrough regarding nuclear fusion. However, I do not think that that's really noteworthy because honestly, I mean, it's basically proving that it's yeah. So I didn't really read too much on it, but it's basically let's see if we can find something. Okay, so yeah, just kind of describing it, just like it's pretty interesting, but honestly, I'm gonna use that as like one of my points here. But fission, generally speaking, fission is not as safe. You know, Chernobyl was caused because of fission reactor. The not sure what reactor, but it was a kind of a whole thing. And I do not. I think that I mean, with a tokamak or whatever, however you pronounce it, it's a kind of a double-edged sword because at the same time, yes, you can have clean energy, you can have the reliable source of energy, but at the same time, it can be dangerous potentially. I think I read somewhere that the air is heavier than the plasma itself, which is I believe it goes up. I think it's like 100 million Celsius, which is yeah. So that's about 10 times hotter than the core of the sun, not the surface. Because see, here's what people may get wrong: the surface of the sun is actually Kelvin. It's like about 5,000, yeah, 6,000 Kelvin. Um, and see, there's different parts of the sun, right? So there's the sun. There's a part called the corona, which is notable because corona, yeah, not related. And so that's just that's how I think it's. I think that we have a hopefully that we have a good source of energy by maybe recently. I mean, if that's what the breakthrough is about, then we should be able to have a kind of something that we can use and maybe start get the ball rolling because petroleum. I know that it takes. I read a journal from Livermore Laboratory saying it would take about 2 million barrels of petroleum, and that would use up the whole U.S. supply within 2 to 3 years, which is definitely not good because we need petroleum for many things. So, but then again, that was in the 70s, and so I don't really think it's. Hopefully, we have more petroleum. I would say that we do. I don't know if I want to. I don't think it's really too big of a deal, but petroleum wise, I don't know. Honestly, I would say I would say that tokamaks are like Google. It's like 20 billion to create one, so they're somewhat cost effective compared to a fission reactor, which is like 4 billion, and it's I would say it's safer probably. I mean, yeah, their fusion and creating plasma is obviously not safe, but at the same time, anything that really has to do with nuclear energy really isn't exactly safe. And as the article here says, it's a powerful magnetic field, which I think I googled that, and it's like a different magnetic field than the Earth's plasma, or like the plasma is contained within some different magnetic field, which is interesting. So I don't know if it follows the normal, I guess, laws of gravity or something. Pretty interesting. But yeah, probably gonna have a presentation up here. I doubt that this will ever be public, but just kind of recording my thoughts on this. Right, the very likely subject to change, but I do believe that fusion, at least for now, should be it could be a good source of energy.